This is Tim from Hygraph, and in this video I will show you how to add an external GraphQL source into the Hygraph CMS. This is the CMS Maverick. All right, we are in Hygraph here, and you can see I've selected remote sources and we have to add one. But before we can add one, we need a URL to such a remote source. So actually here I'm at the Federate This platform, which is something Hygraph has built that has a bunch of API routes and fake data that you can just use in all your demos and starter kits. No API keys needed. So let's go to the skincare fake product line and just copy the link to that API. And so let's go back to Hygraph and actually add that in. Federate This skincare. And so we're going to enable debugging so you get a little bit more information per field just for you while you're working. Turn this off in production. And today we're grabbing GraphQL and add our base URL. Of course, right now I don't need an API key or any sort of headers to send along with the request. If that's needed, you could actually do that here so we can connect you properly. You can also add, if you wanted to, optionally, a custom input definition, which basically says to the API, this is the typing of the stuff I'm going to send to you as a request. Right now, we don't need that because we're not sending anything. We're just grabbing all the products. And there's yet another field, the introspection method. So introspection is very interesting in GraphQL. There's an introspection endpoint where literally you can ask it, give me the whole schema of this API. And it will. It gives you all the information so you can add TypeScript and a bunch of cool things. So sometimes that's different than the same base URL. In our case, that's not different, but if it were, you can actually set that up here. All right, with that out of the way, you can add this base remote source. So now that we have the source, we still have to be able to query it because in GraphQL, in this case, you can add like a product or get all the products or get related products, things like that. So we want all the products. That's it for today. So we're going to query a global query model and add GraphQL here and say we want products. And so you can see here that the Federate This remote source is selected because it's the only one we have. We go post. We don't need an input argument because we just want all the products. Of course, if we wanted one product where the ID is skincare or makeup or something, you would need an input argument that you could say where the ID is this. We don't have that today because we just have all the products. So let's add this, and now we can actually grab the products endpoint in the playground. And it just works like this is a native schema from Hygraph. So here we have the products. And so let's just grab all the things. So it knows these fields because of this introspection that we set up before. So just grab all the stuff and hit play. And now this information is here like it is native to Hygraph. However, it's not native, it's just cached on the CDN edge. So we will serve it like it feels native, but actually when something changes on the other platform, on the other side, like here, by the way, I'll run the same query, you can see the information. Something changes here based on a time to live in Hygraph, that could be a minute, an hour, whatever. It will just update the cache again and you're good to go. And so this was the CMS Maverick's first video. I wanted to just show you this fun feature. There will be a lot more videos in this series where we talk about all these kind of things inside Hygraph or headless CMS in general. So if you have any questions, you want to show off your work, join us in the community at slack.hygraph.com or sign up for our free tier that gives you all of that stuff that you just saw at hygraph.com. Happy coding. Cheers.